Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 PDGA Pro Worlds presented by Dynamic Discs in Emporia, Kansas. We're here today at the Jones Supreme course. We have the FPO chase card. I'm Leah Sinagini here with...
I'm Jennifer Allen.
And we're super excited to see what these ladies do in round 3. We've had a lot of scores under par so far. They've been tearing it up with the lack of wind. And with the new changes, there should be some really fire hot rounds today.
Yeah, this is an absolute incredible card. These women can definitely get well under par out here today. Starting on our card, Owen Scoggins from Los Angeles, California, representing Innova Disc. A little bit of a limp. She had a pulled groin this week.
Next up, we have Henna Blumroos. She's 8 down overall from Finland, and I'm sure we'll see her rip some today.
Her best friend from Finland, we have Evelina Salonen, also both representing Innova Disc Golf.
And rounding out our card is Katrina Allen. She's at 5 under, and she's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, rocking DGA.
Here we are at hole number 1. This is a par 3 island shot, 291 feet to the basket. You can choose to lay up right around there, leaves you 150 foot up shot. You must remain on this rubbery,
it's like pellets.
Pellets. You have to remain on that area to be safe. There is a drop zone right in front that you can save par going out of bounds.
Team off first. Oh, Scoggins.
She got that eyebrow look going strong. This does play better for a forehand, so I imagine Owen could be, lefty forehand. So yeah, maybe righty backhand. So we like to see Owen on her flex shots. It looks like she's going to be laying this up to play for the 3.
Yeah, she's laying that up really short. Well, I guess not.
Yeah, should
go in AVR. Yeah. You say that. It's funny. I don't throw a lot of forehands, and I throw forehand off this.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So anything, just you saw Owen throw a putter there. Henna's going to go at the basket, probably with a rock 3. Not a bad decision going for it if you're comfortable with making that jump putt if you do miss the green. Like I said, you can still save par missing the island off the tee. I've seen it multiple times this week already.
Mm-hmm. What, do you think, like 40 feet?
Yeah, probably so. Henna doesn't have to worry about that drop zone. She has landed safely on the island.
Team off third, Evelina Salonen.
Looks like Evelina's going for it with a mid-range.
Yeah, that looked a little more rounded. She likes to throw the Mako, so it looks like maybe a flip-up hyzer. Gets great carry, puts her right next to the basket. Beautiful drive.
Rounding out our 9:05 a.m. tee time, Katrina Allen.
Katrina will be going for it with a slower disc as well. And she leaves it a little low, hits the top rock, and she'll be putting from the drop zone.
So Owen going putter. One more putter shot will probably put her in the basket. Good bid. Well played, executed par by Owen. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a pretty solid hit. Maybe just a hair left side chain. Unfortunately, seeing a lot of spits and cut throughs this week.
Yeah, the veterans just play a little bit slick on the chain. So if you, I mean, I've even seen dead center spit out. So
I saw 2 today.
yeah, I saw 1 today. So yeah, unfortunately, the players are really having to make sure they hit these baskets right where the sweet spot is. And we get out of there. Own with a par, Henna par, Evelina birdie, and Kat with her bogey. This is hole 2. It's an 888-foot par 5. This first shot, if you can get it somewhere out in the middle of the fairway, right around here, it'll set you up for your second shot under this low tree line. There's OB left and right. Once you get over here, there's only OB right, so you don't have that much danger. If you get into your approach somewhere around here, you'll be looking at a birdie 4.
Right side of this fairway plays a little safer, but you can risk turning it over too much and finding that OB on the right side. It depends on how the angle you want to attack that second shot. Get it close enough to that water's edge on the hill. You can go over the lake, which opens up and takes away all the trees down the fairway. So it's a gamble, but you can go over the pond as well.
Yeah, I think most people do want to go around if they can, but to save a stroke, it is the shorter route.
Yeah. Hannah attacking it, nice, straight, low drive that puts her in a great spot for her second drive. I always feel like Kat slips a little bit on the tee.
Yeah, that was
like
a bit of a slip.
Mm-hmm.
She'll probably be going up first, or Evelina.
Main thing on those first 2 drives, just staying in bounds. Everyone is going to be throwing 3 drives here. Taking that perfectly low, great heights, trying to get up there between those trees. That's going to open up that fairway along the left side. Owen has really gained a lot of distance this year. She's going to be closer to the pond's edge. I don't see her going over it.
You can see her trying to stretch out that groin a little.
Yeah, I will say, speaking with her today, she does feel much better today. She's doing a lot of stretching and icing and trying to get back healthy to finish off this long week. Evelina was in a tough spot to hit that second full drive, but she's still up near everyone else's second spot. Yeah. Kat is known to throw some rollers, so not too many women execute those well on tour, but she does.
Looks like it's turning
Yeah,
over.
that's cutting back perfectly. I saw the C2 and all the way rolled just back outside circle 1. That was a beautiful roller. Own strong forehand cuts all the way through. She'll have 1 more of those to get inside circle 1.
And that's that low tree line that we're talking about. It really does block a lot of the approaches. You got to keep it low, line drive. That one was low, but just a little bit off with the turn angle.
Yeah, she loves to throw that rock on a lot of approaches, and it's just hard to get it to turn sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Evelina probably approaching with her AVR 3, puts it just inside the bullseye.
Owen should get that in there for her 5.
Everyone's going to have some tap-ins to finish out. We'll see if Kat is able to get the birdie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, super close.
Unfortunate, it stays close, doesn't get too big of a roll.
Looks like this card will be taking all pars for hole 2. This does play as a more difficult hole. We had it as our first most difficult hole and no birdies in the field. That is super surprising.
Yeah, we definitely had a few birdies the first time we played Jones. It's just you have to get that last up shot close and hit a solid putt. It takes every great shot to get a birdie here. You can join the Patreon crew of Ace Run Pro, $3 a month. They bring us incredible footage, podcasts, giveaways. Make sure to give them a follow, show them your love and support, and keep them out on the golf course, bringing you amazing coverage. Here we are, hole number 3. This carries all the way over the water. I highly doubt we will see any of the women choosing that line. Most of the women choose to lay over in the safe zone on the left side near the drop zone, which will leave about 300 feet left to the basket. Just over that ridge, we find the basket tucked off here on the left on a very slight incline.
Evelina with the box. Really, this first drive, if you can get it right there by the drop zone, just like she did, that is the ideal spot to hyzer around the big tree on the right side near the green.
Yeah, there's a big fat cedar on the left and a large tree that likes to grab the hyzer disc coming in if you hit that line a little too long on the right. Henna hits it perfectly down the middle. Nice open area for the hyzer in. Sneaking it through, needs to drop quick.
And
I think it did. Yeah, I was going to say I think it did.
The OB on the left side is quite far, right? Like over there more somewhere?
Owen making sure and clarifying that there is some open area all around the edge of the pond, I believe. I don't know if she's going over the pond. I think she's staying on the left side.
Yeah, a lot of clarifying questions can also come from these drop zones. Not every drop zone plays the same, so that's between the cedar and the tree.
Yeah, she did go over. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Henna with a big spike hyzer, getting all the way around the big cedar, just outside or near circle's edge. That looks like a beautiful angle to get in towards the basket. Just caught up on that outer branch. That's a good place to attack the basket, though, on the putt. This is a par 4.
And the uphill putt makes it easier to run.
Evelina in perfect place. Looks like it let go a tad high. It's going to leave her up on the hill just a little bit, looking maybe a little more down or across at the basket. So Owen did cut across a little early, I think. I think she went on the left side of the cedar.
Yeah. Which is a good mistake to make if you're not going to make it around.
I bet it wasn't a mistake. I think that's her choice of attack, just to not worry about throwing short into the lake, pond, water hazard. Evelina leaves that just a little soft. Evelina and Henna both have told me that, it takes them a little bit. Great birdie putt. The humidity here, and the heat is something that they don't have a ton of back in Finland. So they definitely deal with the sweaty palms.
Yeah. And,
That was an unfortunate spit.
another weird basket reaction. But we do get our second birdie of the day from Henna. I think that was Kat's par putt, huh?
I believe so. Well, no. She'll be tapping it for par, I believe. No,
Oh,
you're
no,
right.
she putted for birdie from behind it.
She did. That's unfortunate. Kick. Hit a little high, but that should typically drop straight down into the basket. So many throws out here at Country Club in Jones. We have to keep like a little tally sheet.
So 2 pars, a birdie from Henna, and 1 bogey. This is hole 4. It's a 15-foot par 4. It plays a little bit uphill, so if you can get your drive anywhere around here, you're gonna have to navigate around this left side tree, either with a hyzer backhand or some sort of flex forehand. If you're lefty, if you get far enough, you can actually hyzer around that right side tree on the green, because that road will help you stay in and skip in.
Huge flexing drive by Henna. That's going to hyzer back out with probably a straight shot at the basket.
That's a lot of distance. Super awesome drive.
Yeah, we're going to see some huge drives today. This is going to hyzer back beautifully as well. So they're going to take a straight shot just on the left side of that cedar. Again, par 4, so a nice shot could even snag them an eagle here. Beautiful power just to flip that up and ride it so straight. She's going to have a nice look for birdie from outside circle 1.
Own trying to flex it as close as she can to that tree to give it as much room as possible to land close to the circle.
She really cranked over a lot of turn on that, and it cuts down a little too short.
Henna, with her long drive, she gets to throw a standstill.
Yeah, and this is just a beautiful touch shot that she executes so perfectly. She will have
Impressive.
that tap in for birdie.
We know own is good from many ranges.
120. Good safe play for Kat. As well as Evelina, just laying up to tap in their pars. It's kind of hard. You've seen a couple splits already, just a few holes in, and how much you really want to attack these baskets.
This hole did play as the 7th most difficult hole, likely just because there was only 6 birdies on it. So it is a good birdie to get. We saw Henna play it perfectly with her tap in here.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a spit out with those. Unless you hit your head.
Like you could head spike it in, maybe.
Yeah.
And then that, if you make it, it'd be worth the spit out, honestly, to try it.
Hole number 5. This is a new placement for the Worlds. It's a par 3, 317 feet. We want most shots will attack straight at the basket. There is a small, about 2-3 foot wide OB pretend creek right there that you must clear and stay out of. The other preferred path is a nice hyzer shot, skipping or going right over that bridge there on the right side. The incline of the hill here behind the basket is kind of a backstop. It surprises me how many discs, though, will catch this ridge and land short. Like that. That is so close.
I'm glad she stayed in bounds. And from there, she'll just have a C1 putt. So hopefully she can make that.
Absolutely beautiful drive to Evelina, about 20 feet left to the basket.
So far we've seen 2 straight down the middle. I imagine since we get to see Own seeing the left side hyzer.
Very wide. I did not see too many forehands that wide route there. It's good safe play.
I think Kat will be going for the more used route. Unless she's flipping it up too.
Yeah, you got to get around those last 2 trees. And you would think, I guess, that the hyzer route kind of opens up a little bit more. But I really did see a lot more people who chose hyzer would get caught up in those trees on the right instead of just going down the middle. Seemed to work out a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit more, almost buzzed the basket. I feel like there's a little more height to play with on that hyzer line. So that's pretty much why I saw that more played. Woo!
Henna sneaking in that right side. Beautiful birdie.
We got Kat with her upshot and her par.
Owen throwing in for par. And that leaves us with Evelina's beautiful drive.
Evelina did a good job of getting, if you're going down the middle route, you got to get that height so that you don't filter into the ridge. So she did a great job.
Solid putt by Evelina. Looks like the Finns went 2-0 on US on this hole.
Our own little world team championships.
That's right. I know they love playing with each other. It's nice to just sit there and talk your own language. They both speak English very well, but...
An idea. A spark. Creativity is the lifeblood of ingenuity. The thought. A catalyst to progression. We create to inspire. To provide quality of mind. Because without the mind, the body is nothing. Without the body, the mind is nothing. Thought space. Elevate your mind. Elevate your game.
This is hole 6. It's a 315-foot par 3. You got to go up and over that little hill and cross over the water. It's about a 300-foot shot to clear. Most players, if they're throwing righty backhand, are just trying to hyzer in here. You can also throw a flex line, but if there's any wind, that's the more dangerous play. The layup is an option if you're not feeling it. And throwing from the drop zone if you miss the island is kind of tricky. Hannah flipping up her slower looking disc.
I was going to say that's her rock 3.
Her rock 3? Wow. That's so impressive.
Champion rock 3.
She lands it about 18 feet from the pin.
That looks a little bit like Evelina's TL, Champion TL. I'm going to put a little hyzer flip on that and get it to drop back right by the basket.
Excellent. Whew. 2 for 2 so far.
Buzz the tower a little.
Owen looks like she's laying up. Doesn't want to mess with the water shot.
And with her having such a strong backhand and forehand, that's a smart play because if she gets kind of behind one of these trees, which is easy to do, she can usually work something to get out.
For sure. There's some low lines because once you're in that tree area, you got low and high lines. It looked like Kat was going for it, but I think she had a fortunate tree kick and stayed in bounds. Great upshot from Owen. She'll have her tap in par. And Kat lays up as well.
Beautiful par putt with a nice big fish jumping in the background. Good height and solid birdie putt from Hannah. Evelina getting just a little bit closer. And she hits another beautiful birdie putt as well. So Hannah and Evelina going back to back. Hannah has a strong front so far, going with 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Two birdies, 2 pars.
Hole number 7, we have a par 5, 704 feet, OB left and right all the way up the fairway, as well as this small little high grass there is also OB. From that area, we have 400 feet along this fairway. You can go left or right of this big cedar here in the middle. Going hyzer route usually will catch up in this back cedar. The forehand or backhand turnover shot on the left side of the cedar does bring the road into play, which is also out of bounds. I would expect to see most of our players on this car go towards this area that Hannah is going for. It's kind of a bailout zone there on the left, which sets you up nicely in a flat area for your second drive. I do see quite a few women also lay short of that creek to not mess with their drive, kind of finishing up at that for perfect distance there in that OB creek in the middle. Owen flexing huge forehand around that area.
She gets it just in front of that, so she should be in bounds there.
Kat cutting it a little close. She's going to sneak by those trees that are very well known to knock down drives OB. So Owen's going to be going with her. I was going to say that was maybe her Halo Leopard, but I don't think it is.
I know she has Halo turns in her bag too.
Beautiful second drive by Katrina.
She should be in a good place to pitch up for birdie. Evelina in good spirits. She stays out of that cedar.
Even with the absolute most worst bad luck, Evelina stays so positive. She's an incredible player to play with on the course. And I could see with Henna and Evelina playing together today that they could really get rolling, feeding off of each other.
Mm-hmm. Owned has that forehand, so she goes around the left side of that tree. That should give her a circle one putt. Great approach by Kat. She puts it up high and gets it right near the tap-in zone.
That's a good pitch out. That tree is very thick and difficult to get out of. The cedar on the right that usually will catch those big hyzers is a little easier to putt from, but that one in the middle is difficult.
Mm-hmm. So everyone's putting for birdie now.
Huge birdie putt from Owen.
Evelina is going to be putting for par after that birdie bid.
I kind of like her gangster lip. I'm not going to lie there. Gives her a little more, a little swag.
That one faked me out. She's taking her time. She really wants to get this birdie in because we did see a lot of birdies on this hole. We actually had one eagle so far after Kat makes this birdie putt. So with that, we got 3 birdies and 1 par. We had Paige Pierce eagle it with her 3. It is definitely gettable with the distance shots, and if you can see that almost everyone was super close to having a good eagle look. So was that oh my gosh, that was Evelina's eagle bid. So yeah, this is a birdie frame. For hole 8, we have a 329-foot par 3. It plays a little bit uphill and it slants from left to right downhill. You just want to, pitch something up with a straight shot or a hyzer shot. Everything kind of filters towards this tree if you're throwing right at the basket. So if you can skip into the circle, you'll have an easy birdie 2. It is one of the more straightforward holes that we have, so really just getting something out here to give yourself a putt.
And that wouldn't surprise me if Henna threw her rock 3. That is her.
That looks like the same disc she threw on 6.
It's her go-to disc, and she throws it perfectly. So it doesn't surprise me, and that looks thick as well. So Evelina likes to throw the Mako. And Henna loves the rock, and they just trust it. They know it. This is kind of a in-between distance hole. A fairway driver can easily go long, so that doesn't really shock me that they're going mids here. Mm-hmm. That looks like Owen's Destroyer.
Oh no, she cut it off just a little bit, so she'll be putting from circle 2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that she was injured on, I believe, day 1, because she really has picked up about 50 feet on her drives this season.
It's been great to see. Owen misses a little right. Kat is also putting from circle 2. And she nails it. Let's get that Ace Run Pro run back. She gives it all the height that she needs and hits it square, dead center pole. Evelina fluffed that one just a little bit, but I know that she can definitely tune it up. Her putts this week have been looking great.
That would have almost closed off a perfect front 9 from Henna. Both of them have been putting strong. And that makes you really kind of go for, you know, the circle 2 putts.
Yeah, they're both clean so far. They have 4 birdies from Evelina and 5 from Henna so far. And 9 to round out the front 9 is almost a gimme birdie. You really want that one if you throw 2 good shots. So let's see how they can play the next hole. So Kat gets the solo birdie from circle 2.
When you first sign up for a PDGA membership, you're given a PDGA number. Your PDGA number is a stamp for when you got involved in the sport. It's a badge of pride for players and a part of your disc golf identity. Get your number today. Visit pdga.com/join.
Hole number 9 wraps up the front 9 here. It's a par 4, 524 feet. This is a new FPO placement for this event. You want to get a fading shot to the right here past this tree. Opens up the basket, which is tucked up on the hill on the right side, just around that last little lone cedar tree. OB does wrap again, like most holes, all the way up both sides, right and left. So you do not want to cut in too sharp into those cedars on the right side because the OB is on the outside edge of those trees until you get to that circle 1. The winds have been very favorable for this hole. We had a pretty perfect left to right soft wind. So exposing that underplate of the disc will allow it to continue to fade towards the basket. Henna shows us that perfectly. It cuts in a little short, but that's going to give her kind of a, she may even throw a forehand from there. It kind of pinches off the basket just a little bit.
Yeah.
Evelina gets a little more distance, so that should open up the basket for her just a little bit more than Henna's landing zone.
Yeah, if you do get farther like that Evelina did, it does play for either shot. If you get pinched, a forehand is
which all of these women have. So Owen will probably be going forehand on this hole for a drop-in birdie.
Throw an eagle.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm telling you. I've played with Owen so much. Like, it's guaranteed predictable for Owen. Her upshots and putts are just almost guaranteed.
So good.
Kat leaves that a little high. I believe she's going to be safe. I think that's right where the OB opens up.
And that would be not the mistake you want to make. If you get caught up in there, you can land OB.
Right, because you can go long left. That is open for the men's basket. Absolutely beautiful approach by Henna with her soft turnover AVR shot. Henna actually goes forehand and puts it right next to the basket as well. So kind of funny, they were in the opposite placements for your predictable shot. Kat is safe, but unfortunately does get into the branches there.
Oh, so
solid
close.
Bid because she did not have much of a line out of there.
Evelina snags that birdie 3. And we should see Owen do the same, as well as Henna. So we'll wrap up this front 9 with 3 birdies, 1 par. And hole 9 did play as in the middle of the pack for hole difficulties, which is interesting to see.
A lot of
Stacked
birdies.
with birdies.
A lot of birdies, but just a few double bogeys and a triple.
We're seeing some fire rounds here from Evelina and Henna so far. Owen's right in the mix. They're all in the top 3.
As well as Missy Ganning shooting an incredible round so far, as jumping up there to 2nd place.
Please join us for the back 9 of round 3 here on the FPO Chase coverage. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you follow Ace Run Pro on all their socials. I'm Leah Sinagini here with Jen Allen. Thanks again for joining us.